Hello again everybody, back with another video, this time looking at the London Bridge incident. And this was the 29th of November 2019, and that happens to be day 333 of 2019. And of course the date was 2911, so we've got a 9/11 there. And of course we got Mr. 33. I've made a video about this guy saying basically, or giving 33 reasons why he's a Freemasonic puppet. And in this video I'm going to look at some code that you quite often find in this event, and also look at some very strange happenings as well, and some weird coincidences. Now, I'm not going to call this one either way, and I'll leave you to make your decision from this video. And I'm going to try and stay sitting on the fence. So hopefully I won't get any splinters up my ass, but let's go ahead. So here we go. 29th of November, as you can see, is day 333. We'll look at the significance of this number later, but it clearly is a very significant number. And also, of course, we've got the 29th of the 11th, we've got a 9/11 in that date. So, typical kind of codes you see in these events. Now, as most of these events, you seem to know or find out very quickly, with all the same stories in all the news media across the world, you find out who's done it very, very quickly. And of course, we had the same luxury here. So, the guy that did it was Usman Khan. And he'd been previously jailed, as we'll see later, for 16 years for his part in a plot to bomb the city's stock exchange. And he was 28 and he'd been let out early. So 28, we've got 4 sevens there for 7777. And his name was US Man, oh, go away, US Man Khan. As in a lot of these events, you see the man in the name, which is, I believe, quite coded. And if you add that up in English, it comes to 68 for a 14. 2 sevens for a 14 for 77. And Khan adds up to 34 in English. So we've got a 7. So this guy's name is coded 777. I've seen that somewhere before. And here we go, look, he was previously jailed for 16 years and he was only halfway through his sentence. So there's our 7. And he stabbed 2 people to death and wounded 3. So we got 2 3s for 33 for masonry. So there's a bit of code there. Of course, it doesn't mean it's real or it's fake, but the code is there. Now, this is taken from a video that I have. I'm not going to play that particular video in full. But this is moments before the shooting, and there's some guy grappling with this alleged attacker, and he pulls him off, and this guy shoots him. So, and he's shouting he's got a bomb or something like that. But we've got these guys standing around here without a care in the world. Very strange. Would you stand there if the guy's got a bomb? And now this one is looking at a particular instance in the video, which is immediately before the shooting. So I've just drawn this blue line here to show a line level with this second bollard from the bridge parapet here. And I believe this is the guy that allegedly shot the guy. So he's on the ground. The other policeman's dragged this guy off. He's running away, and this guy shoots him in the head twice. It could have been this guy, but I think it was this one. And that is with a 30 caliber assault rifle, high velocity assault rifle, which 2 shots, they go straight through his head, come out with a big exit wound and blow his brains all over the pavement. Now, when you see this video here, I've blanked him out because I don't want to show anything gruesome, but bullets are going to fall around this area. There is not a sign of a splatter, and wouldn't you also get a ricochet that could potentially come back and hit some of these? But where is the blood spatter? There's not a sign of it. So he's got a very, very solid head, or he doesn't bleed very much, but it's a very odd situation indeed. Now just play a quick video of the event. I'm going to give a big shout out here to a video by Owlbird. And this is a particularly good video. I won't say what it calls it, whether it's real or it's fake, but the link is in the description. And I've used a few clips from that video in this little insert in this video. So let's take a look. Okay, so the kerfuffle's going on down at the bottom there, and this guy's just sauntering up, very authoritative, standing there watching. What on earth is that guy doing? Surely a normal bystander wouldn't behave like that. What is going on? It's almost like he's overseeing what's going on, but of course it could be just he's quite a confident fella, and off he walks.
This man emerges from the scrum clutching the blade. By chance, he's a member of the British Transport Police in plain clothes.
Described in one account as a zombie-style knife.
Exactly, a zombie-style knife.
Zombie-style knife.
Exactly, a zombie-style knife.
The police officers came and finally they removed the knife. But then what happened is when they shoot the guy is still alive after the shoot, and he trying to pull the black jacket off. So I was able to see the vest that he was wearing, and seems like a very scary device, like a bomb device.
So there you go. Now you may have seen this character in the video, and he's walking away from the shooting, and as you heard, he happens to be a plainclothes British Transport Police person, and he's carrying a knife, which as you saw in the video was absolutely clean, no blood on it. And he's walking along, and I've taken this as a screenshot from the video. His hand falls into a shadow. You can see the shadow aligned here, over his hand. And then the newspaper have actually got the shadow as a red colour. You can see all the red blemishes here. That's very strange. And my brother put a picture of this one here on Facebook, and they actually covered it up. But this is not blood. This is a shadow. Clearly is a shadow, and you'll see it from the video. And also we've got this guy holding his hand out, and you can see that it's a very strange situation. It's quite overexposed on his face, so that's making the hand and the face look very bright. But you look at the way he's holding his hand. You try and hold your two middle fingers together and splay out your little finger and your forefinger. It is incredibly difficult to do. So that just to show you what he's doing there, he's holding that sign. Now, I can't do that very easily. It's very hard for me. My little finger doesn't want to part. But we seem to have quite a few people, some of them Freemasons, probably all of them Freemasons, who are holding this particular pose. So here's Pope Benedict, looking particularly crazy here with his devil horns. This seems to be a kind of devil horns. We've got Michelle Obama, very similar, holding the fingers together. We've got one of our royal family here, and he's got his hands, but he's got a very similar thing. And we've got this portrait of Adolf Hitler, same hand message. Christopher Columbus, of course, CC for 33, and Admiral Nelson, Horatio Nelson from the Battle of Trafalgar. And look at his hand sign. So why is this guy pulling some kind of Freemasonic hand gesture here? You just have to answer that one yourself. I'm not going to tell you why. And it all kicked off in this building here, which is Fishmongers Hall. And it's the Worshipful Company of Fishmongers. Now, I've looked this up, and there's denials that this has anything to do with Freemasonry. But just take a look at that, guys. Take a look at it. I think that's the most Freemasonic building I've ever seen. So, of course, it's got everything to do with Freemasonry. Most most things do have. Okay, so now we'll move on and we'll start to look at some of the photographs and numbers. So here we've got bus 21 for 37s for 777. This one we've got EH273, 73 for 37s for 777. And if you add this up in English, it comes to 25 for yet another 7. So very coded. Now we've got another number plate. This is a prominent photograph. And if we look at this number plate, BX65DLK, BX65 adds up to 37. In English, adding the 65, 6 and 5 to it, for 777. DLK adds up to 27, would you believe? For 2 7s for 77. It's also got CGX, CG, for 3 7s for 777, and CGX for 34 for another 7. Now we got this guy here, whether that's some kind of hand signal, who knows, but this is deliberately showing you the BWH. Well, I think it's deliberate, but you can make your decision. I'm climbing off the fence. I better get back on it there, guys. So that's 2 plus 23 plus 8 for 33 for masonry. Here's another photograph of a police car, nicely positioned so you can see DJG for 4 plus 10 for 7. And guess what that adds up to, guys? 21 for 3 7s for 777. And this photograph, if you've not already seen it, we quite often in these events see purple. And of course purple is very popular in masonry. It stands for royalty and richness. And they have plenty of richness. And look at this. Is this some kind of one-eyed symbol in a pyramid? He's holding his phone up to take a photograph, but look at this. And we've got London Bridge EC4, plug that into a calculator, and guess what you get in Pythagorean? You get 77 for 2 7s for 7 7. And London Bridge in English adds up to 119. We've got a 911 there, so a 911 in London Bridge and a 911 in the date. Could be a coincidence, of course. Here's a photograph of the BT Tower, and look at the colour, guys. Look at the colour. We've got our single eye here in purple for royalty and richness, and even this has got a purple tint to it. Here's another photograph. We've got our 21 bus again. I've already covered that, but we've got bus 343. And if you multiply 7 by 7 by 7, it comes to 343. And you could also look at it, it's 3 by 4 plus 3 for 3 7s for 777. So a very, very popular number. Here we go. This is a very popular bus, 344. It appears in 3 photographs that I've spotted so far. 344, of course, if you add it up, comes to 11. But it can be 7 by 4 for 7777, or it can be 74. Now, there may be other meanings. I've looked up various things and it says it's some kind of angel number. But any help there, please chip in, guys, in the comments. Here's another bus here. And this is 388, 3 times 8 plus 8 for a 16 for a 7. For 3 7s for 777. Now here's a timeline of what happened, and police confirm a man has been shot and are treating the event as terror related, and this happened at 15:22. At 15 and 22, you get 37 for 777. Like calling bingo. Multiple people are believed to have been injured in the attack. But 1 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 gives us 16 for another 7. And then here we've got 1630 hours. Police declare attack as a terror incident. So 1 plus 6 by 3 is 7 by 3 for 777. And then we've got another 1630. For 1 plus 6 by 3 for 777, it is confirmed the suspect died at the scene. And another 1630 for 777. Emergency services say the suspect was wearing a hoax explosive. Now, why would a terrorist wear a hoax explosive? Is he wearing it to guarantee that he would be shot? So he wants to be shot? Or is it an excuse in an elaborate hoax for the police to allegedly shoot him so they don't have anybody left that can be asked questions of? And then the guy goes back to his normal job. So it's either a hoax and the guy doesn't get shot, or the guy had a suicide wish. It would be very strange to go into a terrorist attack wearing a hoax explosive vest. Why would you? What would be the point? You get shot earlier, you wouldn't stand a chance of being taken alive, and you wouldn't be able to do any harm to anybody. So why on earth would you wear a hoax explosive? You ask yourselves that, guys. So here we go. This is talking about the Metropolitan Commissioner, Cressida Dick. Well, clearly she's got the Dick in her name, and quite often you see references to dicks in all kinds of ways as some kind of code. But Cressida happens to be 33 in Pythagorean numerology. And saw this one in a little caption from a Jurassic Liars video. We could say it's Cressida Dick, which sounds a little bit rude, but quite often rudeness is put into these. And we've got Fishmonger's Hall. Hall happens to be 33 in English, and it's also got the double L in. L is 3 in Pythagorean and Chaldean numerology, and also in English it's 12 for 1 plus 2 for a 3. So in all numerologies, LL is 33. So there you go, more code there. And the head of the Fishmongers Company has described how staff fought off a terrorist attack, and it's a very, very strange interview if you watch that one. I'm not going to play that, but look at Mongers. Mongers is 37 in Pythagorean numerology for 777. And the chief executive of this company is Toby Williamson. He's got the sun in his name, and if you add up Williamson, it comes to 127 for 1 plus 2 by 7 for 3 sevens for 777. Purely a coincidence, or is it deliberately coded? Now let's take a look at a few witness statements and see if there's any code there.
We heard from our office some shots being fired, or what it sounded like shots, and looking out the window, suddenly the entire bridge was sealed, the police were there, and they ended up carrying what looked like injured people off the bus.
It was extremely frightening, yeah, because you don't know what to do. You heard the gunshots, you just don't know what to do. You think, why is gunshots going off in London again? Yeah, I've heard gunshots before. There were definitely gunshots. It wasn't a car backfiring because of the quickness of how, the succession. Pow, pow, pow.
I was just on a bus coming home, the 21 bus, and just all of a sudden stopped. There was some commotion, and looked out the window, and I just saw these 3 police officers going over to a man. I believe he was carrying maybe like it seemed like there was something in his hand. I'm not 100% sure, but then one of the police officers shot him. And then from there, I was able to take a video of the scene.
So yes, there was code there, and there's code everywhere. Now this is one of the alleged victims, a guy called Jack Merritt. Now Jack is 7 in Chaldean numerology. It's 7 in Pythagorean numerology. The death happened at 1400 hours, so we got 2 7s for 7-7. And he was 25. Jack Merritt is 25 in Chaldean numerology for a 7. And Merritt is 18 for 3 6s for 666. And Jack is also 25 in English for a 7. So, real encoded or fake encoded, you will have to decide on that one. And now we've got the second victim, which was a lady called Saskia Jones, and she's 23, 2 3s for 33. And if we look at Saskia Jones here, it adds up to 33 in Pythagorean numerology. And Jones is 21 in Chaldean for 3 7s for 777. And this guy, the Vice Chancellor of the university, said how sad they were. And Stephen, of course, is 33 in Pythagorean numerology. And Stephen Toop is 66 in Chaldean numerology for 6 Now Jones is 63 in English for 666. And Saskia Jones is 1 2 3 for 1 plus 2 and a 3 for 33. So that name, as well as the other victim's name, seems to be full of code. And I didn't want to blank out the face, but this is the victim. And you saw those hand signs before. Very difficult to hold these 2 fingers together. But we seem to have a similar hand sign to the one we saw the British transport policeman having, and all those characters from the past having. And of course Prince William with his hand in his jacket. So just a coincidence. And here we've got Boris Johnson admits 74 more extremists are free to walk our streets. And there's a licence review apparently, and as part of that review, Staffordshire Police said a 34-year-old man had been arrested. So there's 34 for 3 plus 4 for a 7. Now 74 is one of the few factors of 666. So here you go, 1 2 3 6 9 18 37 74 111 222 333. 666 over 666 gives 1. So here we go for our 333 look, and here we got our 74. A coincidence? Yes or no? You decide. And here we've got a eyewitness describes chaotic scenes at London Bridge as police almost knocked him over. And look at the name of this guy, Zach Shooter. Shooter is 37 in Pythagorean numerology for 777, and Shooter is 33 in Chaldean numerology for 33 for masonry. Now, police carried out raids early this morning on a flat connecting to the London Bridge attacker, Usman Khan, and this flat is in Stafford, in Staffordshire. So look what we've got here. Yeah, we've got the arch, and look at the colour, black and white for Freemasonry, a double Freemasonic arch. Now if we look where this is, now here's the double Freemasonic arch, and it's next to a pub called the Star and Garter. And the significance of the Star and Garter is it's the highest form of knighthood in England. But when somebody's initiated into Freemasonry, each candidate is presented with a lambskin or white leather apron and told, among others, that the apron is the badge of a Freemason and that it is more honourable than the Star and Garter. So here's the Freemasonic apron here. Now these two Masonic arches are before the Star and Garter. So is that saying that these come before this? Is there some kind of strange Freemasonic symbolism in this? So Krishnam resurrection. This is one of your areas. Please comment and let me know what you think. But surely that can't be a coincidence. And of course, if you want to make your mind up, it makes my mind up in a way, but I'm not going to say which way. But the Islamic State says London Bridge attack is carried out by one of its fighters. So there you go. ISIS was behind it. So you make your decision on that. And that's the end of this video, guys. And just bear in mind that London Bridge lives in the shadow of one of the biggest pyramids in Europe. The bloody big pyramid called the Shard. So if you want any more symbolism than that, there it is. So I'll say make your mind up on this one. I'm not saying either way. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.